today's video, we are going to do a cleaning video and a wear check video on the Sar9 Socom. I've had a lot of people asking me to do this video, and I got a little bit of extra time today, and I thought, let's get this video done. Now, obviously, the first thing we want to do, check and make sure the gun is clear, no mag, make sure there's no ammunition on the bench around you, and obviously, we are clear. So what we want to do, the first thing is we're going to pull our slide back a little bit, and we're going to pull down here, fire it, and that will kick our slide forward. We need to remove our thread protector. If it's real tight, SAR does put a tool to remove this in the box. We're going to remove our guide rod and recoil spring, and we're going to remove our barrel. Now, I've shot 3 videos with this gun so far, and one was the unboxing video, then the first impressions. And I did clean this gun after the first impressions video, and then we took it back out for the review. So this gun is not really that dirty, but we'll go through it anyway. Now, one thing that I really like to have on my bench for these cleaning videos is a magnetic parts bowl. We're going to set this over here, and we just want to put all our parts in there. Now, I'm going to leave this next part up to you, but I do want to get the striker assembly out of here so it works like a Glock. But I want to warn you now, take your punch, put it right here, push down just like you do on a Glock. But do not let that thumb off the back of this slide. And I'm going to show you why. This spring right here will go flying on you. And you also want to make sure that you don't lose that part. And this is under a lot of tension. So if you don't want to go that deep into it, don't go that deep into it, because that spring will go flying on you. So, real easy to get the striker assembly out of there, and now our slide is stripped down. Now, you can go a little further with this, but I'm not going to do it because I have an optic on here, and I don't want to take the optic off. This will be something that I'll do down the road after I get a couple thousand rounds through it. But if you want to remove the extractor, you're going to have to punch that pin out. And it does go, from what I can see, from the bottom up. So don't be trying to tap it down. I tapped on it a little bit and I got it to move. But I do believe you got to tap it out from the bottom side of the slide. So if you want to go into it further and get in here, you can. But we're not going to do it in this video today. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take our Breakthrough Clean All-in-One CLP, and we're going to start soaking some stuff down. So we're going to hit the barrel first. What I want to do is put a little CLP down that barrel and let it run down. And we're going to put a coating on the barrel. And we're just going to let this sit and soak in that CLP. And we're going to take our frame, and we're going to do the same thing. Just going to hit this with some CLP. I'm going to leave it in the upward position like this. Just kind of let everything soak down in there. And we're going to take our slide and we're going to get in here and let that soak. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes. So we're going to take our nylon cleaning brush, and we're just going to start scrubbing everything down real good. Make sure, get everything on this. And we're going to address that striker assembly channel here in a second. We don't want to get CLP down in there. I'll show you what I do for that here in a sec. Now, the outside of this looks really good if you want, but normally I just wait until I'm done, take a clean rag or a microfiber towel, and wipe everything down. Alright, we got that. Now our barrel's been soaking, and what we're going to do is come over here and grab, make sure I got my 9mm one. I'm going to grab my breakthrough clean battle rope, which has definitely seen better days. I got to get a new one. And we're going to feed this down through here. And then we're going to come here right in front of our bristles. Hit that with that. And I like to pull these through at least 3 times. And you can do it as many times as you want. But for me, I like to do 3 pulls with this battle rope. Now I want to take this brush, and we're going to scrub this barrel down really good. Alright, there that is. Set that down. Now let's grab our frame, take our brush, let's do the same thing. Just hit everything real good. And we're going to set this off to the side again and just let it sit for a while. Alright, I got some cleaning patches here. We're just going to take a clean one and we're going to wipe this barrel down real good. Pretty filthy. You can use a microfiber towel for this too if you want. But I got a bunch of these cleaning patches, so we're going to wipe it down real good with this. And let's get another one. Just going to wipe that down. Okay, that one's now not as dirty as the last one. Make sure you get your feed ramp real good here. The next thing I like to do is take one of these patches, just take a brass cleaning rod. Since I use the bore snakes, I just do it this way, and we're just going to shove that dry patch right down through there. As you can see, it's not real bad, but let's run this through a couple more times. I like to go from the back out to the front. Let's do that one more time. Alright, now I want to get the barrel completely finished, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take another patch. We're going to take our breakthrough clean Battle Born oil, and we're just going to put a couple squirts right there on the patch. And we're going to run this through. Just put a little bit of oil down that barrel. And then I like to take it and just put a real thin coat of oil on the barrel itself. And I don't want it real wet, so grab a dry patch and let's just kind of wipe that over the barrel. And our barrel is clean. Now as far as wear goes, right here, getting a little bit of wear, and that's just normal. So if you have one of these guns and you see that, there's nothing wrong with having that little bit of wear right there. So our barrel's done, we're going to set it off to the side. Now the slide. Grab just a dry patch to start wiping everything down, because we don't need that much CLP in this slide. Just keep grabbing patches till you get it where it's fairly dry. and you're not getting a bunch of crud on that patch. It doesn't have to be 100% clean and white, but as you can see, it's getting better from the last one. Let's get in here and go over it one more time. Now, I like to take a Q-tip and get in these places that I can't get in with my finger in that patch. So we want to get right here on that screw that holds our front post. I like to get right here in this channel where our guide rod and spring sits. And just work our way around in there. And then right here, we want to get in here with the Q-tip and wipe that all down real good. Get around your safety plunger, and our slide is nice and clean on the inside now. Now the next thing I like to do, I want to clean our striker assembly channel. Now we don't want to get CLP in there, so what I like to do is take my military grade solvent from Breakthrough, put a little bit of that on a Q-tip, and I like to get in here and clean this channel because this stuff dries pretty quick. And a lot of guys don't clean these, but look how dirty that is down in there. So I want to get all that crud out of there. You're not going to get it all 100%, but see, it's getting better. Let's go in here one more time. Now we want to get in here, get all that extra CLP out of there. Now what I want to do with the striker assembly before we put this back in our slide, we're going to take our CLP, put a couple squirts of that on a patch, and I like to wipe this down real good. Check the front of our striker, it looks really good. Nothing weird looking there. And this is something else, you don't want to leave this real wet, but you do want to clean it. So we're going to wipe this down, and now we're going to take a clean dry patch and we're going to go over it again and just set that down. Now the next thing I want to do, where we took our solvent and cleaned our channel out for our striker assembly, I like to blow this out with an air compressor. Now I know not all of you have an air compressor in your gun room or reloading room, but I do, and I like to use it to dry this out. So I'm going to do this off camera because I don't want anything spraying on my camera lens, but I just stick that right there and blow this out with some air. Alright, now we're going to reinstall our striker assembly. So we're going to stick this in. Okay. And I cannot stress this enough, guys. Be very careful with this. So you're going to have your plastic right there on the back. Okay. You're going to put that spring in just like that. You're going to grab your back plate. The first thing you want to do is push your striker assembly down to get this started. Alright, we got that locked in place. Now, once you get to this point, you want to take a flat punch. And I would suggest that you kind of put something here to kind of catch that spring if it were to come flying out. But lay your slide down on its side and you start pushing that in. And let that punch off real slow while you're putting pressure on your back plate. And it'll click right in. Now if that were to go flying on you, if you got like a rag sitting here, that'll catch that because it is under a lot of tension. And that's what it's going to look like after it's back together. Alright, last thing we got to do with the slide, we got to take our guide rod and spring, and it's up to you if you want to go this far, but I'm going to take some CLP and I'm going to just wipe this down real good. Get everything clean. Now this is all captured, so you don't have anything to worry about with this. Get it all wiped down and take a clean cloth and a dry cloth. You don't need a ton of CLP or oil on this either. Just wipe that down good. Now, last thing we're going to do, we're going to take our battle-born oil again. I'm going to put a couple squirts here on cloth, and I'm just going to put a light coat of oil on everything inside the slide. I'll take a dry cloth and hit it again. We just want a very light coat of oil on everything. Take a Q-tip, get your channels here where your rails are going to be touching, just like that. Now our barrel is done already, so we're going to put our barrel back in. Now we're going to take our guide rod and spring, put that in, and our slide is complete. Put your thread protector back on, or your comp if you're using a comp. Now what I'm going to do is take a microfiber towel, and we're just going to wipe our slide down real good. We don't want all that oil on it. And there we go. Slide is complete. Alright, the frame. Now you can do this a few different ways. I'm going to show you the way I do it. If you don't have some rim action cleaner, which I love this stuff, but it's kind of pricey. But what I do is I'm going to spray the whole frame down, and that's going to blast all that CLP and everything out of there. And then I'm going to take an air compressor and I'm going to dry everything out on the inside. Now if you don't have the action cleaner or have an air compressor, you can just take clean patches and start wiping everything out real good. But I'm going to be using this. So I got to do this off camera, but basically I just soak everything down real good. This stuff dries real fast. Let it dry, and then I'm going to hit it with the air compressor. Alright, you can see how clean the frame is now. That action cleaner does a really good job. Now, I have one of these mag cleaning brushes. I used it a lot in my other videos. And I do like to take this when I'm done and just clean that mag well out real good. You can do this while it's dry, or you can spray that action cleaner in there like I did and brush it out. So our frame is super clean. It's spotless. Looks like new. Don't see any crazy wear or anything going on weird in here. So now we're getting down to our last steps. So what I like to do is take a patch of our battle-born oil, a couple squirts on here, and I just kind of like to hit everything in the frame and just get a nice coat of oil. Alright, now I'm going to take a dry patch and just kind of go over everything again. That'll just leave a very thin coat of oil on everything. The last thing I'm going to do here, we're going to take my battle-born HP Pro needle oiler. And I like to take a little bit of oil. We're going to apply just a touch there. Right there. Come over here. And right there. And now we're going to reinstall our slide. And yes, it's clear. Nothing in the chamber. And let's check our function. Alright, our trigger's working good. Check our reset. Nice. Alright. Now I'm going to take my microfiber towel. And we're just going to wipe everything down. And there is the gun back together. Got to clean our optic. So this is just some pre-moistened lens wipes. I think I got these from Amazon. I buy them in bulk because pretty much every gun I have has an optic on it. So what I like to do, open this up, and we want to clean our front lens first because we definitely got some oil and CLP on that. Come in from the back here, do the back side of the lens. Just like that. And then you want to take a dry lens cleaning cloth and make sure you get one that doesn't have any oil. I kind of keep this separate from everything else on my bench. And just get in here and buff that lens. I'm going to look through it. Alright, we're pretty clean. A little crud up here. Right around the edges. It's starting to look really good. Get it on the inside here one more time. And there we go. So now our lens is clean. Now, before we get out of here, I want to address a question. I've been getting a ton of comments. Everybody asking me what optic plate I'm using on this gun. This slide on the Sar9 Socom is cut for an RMS C footprint dot. And the optic plate that I'm using, it comes in the box. So if they would have watched the unboxing video, they would have known that. It's really not anybody's fault. SAR is very vague on their website about what all is included with this gun. But if you do buy this, the optic plate is with the gun in the box, but it is RMS C footprint. So people that are asking me if an RMR will work, it will not work unless you were to get some sort of RMS C to RMR adapter plate. So keep that in mind if you pick up one of these. You will have to get an RMS C footprint dot, and there's plenty of them out there. This is the Zulisi Otter that I'm running. And the last thing I want to do, this gun is clear, okay? We got about 400 rounds on this, so let's see what our trigger pull is. And we're right at about 4 1/8 pounds. I'll have to go back and watch the unboxing video to see if our trigger pull dropped a little bit. But this actually has a really nice trigger in it. So let me show you here. Here's your reset. Nice short tactile reset with a really nice clean break. It's actually got a really good trigger in it. It's right up there with Canic and Walther. Not quite as good, but it's close. Well, there you have it. Here's my cleaning video for the Sar9 Socom. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.